It is an understatement to say that Elon Musk has the money to pay all of this. He owns about $180 billion worth of Tesla stock, another $50 billion worth of the stake in SpaceX, of course, now a private venture. So the moolah is there, but that raised the question why the stock didn't move on all of this. Keep in mind, it is a $54.20 a share offer. The stock barely budging on the day. What are we to make of that? Charlie Gasparino, what do you think?
Listen, I think it's for all the reasons that we said on your great Fox Business show.
Which, if you don't get, you should demand.
Yes. I was just waiting for you to say that. But anyway, it's so true. We've been reporting this, ironically, the last 2 days, or coincidentally, I should say, the last 2 days. He's under investigation in a joint investigation by the DOJ and the SEC over lots of stuff, including some of the stuff involving how he went about accumulating his shares on Twitter and how he disclosed that, whether he properly disclosed his intentions, which was obviously a full takeover. Also, some of the stuff with Tesla. Just disclosures there. I mean, you can just go back to the 10Ks. It's a joint investigation. It's serious. I'm not saying a lot of times these investigations turn up nothing. They've been looking at them for a long time, so you would think by now they might have something. But they're clearly, I spoke with a source very close to it, says it's a serious investigation by the DOJ and the SEC into all those matters. On top of that, he didn't hit the 53-week high. $54 a share, or whatever it is, $54.80, is below the $73 it is traded over the past year. They have enough wiggle room to say no and not worry about being sued by regulators and having a good case just in case they get hit with a class action.
But Charlie, are there other bidders out there? I mean, it's one thing for for Tesla stock to fall a little bit today. That would be the currency, I guess, he would tap to do this. But it's quite another for Twitter not to budge. And I'm wondering if that's because people do not think this is serious, or they don't think it's going to lead to a bidding war, that there are other interested or capable players.
They don't want him probably to buy it because Elon is, Elon is everything that the progressive left of Silicon Valley, isn't. I mean, he's for free speech. He would reinstate Trump, I think, tomorrow if he'd run.
Do you really think Trump? Yeah.
Yes. I think he's an absolutist on free speech, and it's actually commendable that he'd go out. I mean, just give you an example. He went out and said and attacked all these sort of environmentalists who are pushing electric cars. He said, "Listen, I'm paraphrasing. Everybody said, let's be clear. We're going to need to drill for oil, and we're going to need gas guzzlers because poor people can't afford my cars. They got to get to work in the morning. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. It breaks the mold. It's the last thing that Twitter, in its current management, wants. But here's the thing, Neil. Who would buy them? Amazon can't buy them. Or the Justice Department wouldn't let them. Apple, they wouldn't let them. They wouldn't let Google. They wouldn't let Facebook. I mean, the numbers start getting. I mean, Warren Buffett, is he going to throw his gazillions in this?
All good points. Yeah. We'll see. Thank you, my friend. You're the best. Charlie Gasparino following all of that.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.